The James Webb Space Telescope, NASA's most famous mission in decades. Some journalists see James Webb as a Hubble's $1 million successor, but will the James Webb Telescope really replace Hubble? The James Webb Space Telescope will reveal the secret of the universe. James Webb is one of the largest and most powerful man-made telescopes to date and is expected to provide new insights from every stage of world history, from the formation of the first clouds of dust to the formation of the solar system. The James Webb Telescope will help us better understand the size and geometry of the universe, and will also shed light on the dark matter, dark energy, and ultimate destiny of the universe. Ultraviolet and visible light emitted from the first luminous object is pulled or reddened by the continuous expansion of the universe, which can be seen today as infrared light. Researchers and builders at James Webb took note of this and designed the Webb telescope to see infrared light with unprecedented sharpness and sensitivity. This advanced observational instrument directly observes a portion of space and time that has not been seen before and will look back to a time when the first stars and galaxies formed more than 30.5 billion years ago. Such a web can solve the unspoken mysteries of the solar system for us and explore the mysterious structure and origin of the universe. Who is James Webb, and why the telescope was named James Webb? James Edwin Webb was the head of NASA during John Kennedy's presidency, 1961 to 1968, a man of political insight, one who was able to control and organize the power of NASA during his presidency and bring it to its peak, a position he had never seen before. You have probably heard the story of the US-Soviet Space Agency competition. James Webb's presidency data us back to exactly those years. In 1961, President Kennedy promised to land a man on the moon, the Apollo mission, and asked James Webb to fulfill that promise. Although many Apollo missions failed miserably during this time, the Webb persistently adhered to the space agency's goals. James Webb finally resigned as head of the US Space Agency just 3 days before the Apollo 7 mission. Nevertheless, it can be said that he played a very important role in the success of the Apollo 11 mission. In recognition of this courageous and fearless man, the US Space Agency, NASA, named its famous and advanced telescope James Webb. Equipment and facilities of the James Webb Telescope. The James Webb Telescope has equipment and facilities that assist it in its mission path. These equipment include near-infrared spectrometer, which is capable of simultaneously observing 100 objects. It holds around -266 degrees Celsius. It has wide field, guidance, and imaging system that includes settings for observing extrasolar planets. How the James Webb Telescope will help discover extrasolar planets. Exoplanets are one of the most intriguing topics in astronomy today. When the Webb Space Telescope was built, 2 extrasolar planets were identified. Scientists now know that there are many extrasolar planets that are similar to Earth and that life is possible on them. But now, NASA's James Webb telescope, using its powerful equipment and structure, will be able to observe countless interstellar planets and measure their environmental conditions. The Webb telescope will study the planets using atmospheric transient spectroscopy. In this method, when the extrasolar planet is placed between us and its host star, a spectrum of starlight is obtained. Using this method, the composition of the planet's atmosphere can be found. Can the James Webb telescope be replayed in space? Throughout the history of space missions, only one space object could be built that could be replayed in space: the Hubble telescope. All satellites are built with the premise that they cannot be repaired in space, and the same is true of the James Webb telescope. The Webb telescope is so far away from Earth that astronauts can be sent there to repair the telescope if needed. There is no robot capable of repairing such an advanced device. Therefore, great care must be taken in the design and construction of James Webb. The telescope weighs half as much as Hubble, but its main mirror area is more than 6 times the size of the Hubble mirror. James Webb was designed for infrared astronomy, but can also observe orange and red rays. Ground-based telescopes must be observed throughout the atmosphere that many invisible waves are visible. Even where the atmosphere is clear, many of the chemical compounds in the Earth's atmosphere, such as water, carbon dioxide, and methane, make analysis very difficult. Existing space telescopes like Hubble cannot study these waves because the mirrors are not cool enough. Well guys, this video is over. I hope you enjoy. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit the subscribe button and actually like button. And if you want a part 2 of this video, write part 2 in comments.